there a reason to worry about the fact that Tipu Sultan is going to be put on a pedestal?
Rahul, you asked me a question beginning with "is there?" Let me ask a rhetorical question. Is there a Hitler Road in Tel Aviv? Is there? We are a nation that has glorified self-loathing and self-flagellation in equal measure to astronomical levels. We know more about the Mughals than about Shivaji, Rana Pratap and Prithviraj Chauhan. Why? Because history that is written by the victors is peddled by the vanquished, and Rahul, we have been vanquished. This is a country where people still go and pray at the grave of Aurangzeb, who beheaded Guru Tegh Bahadur, decapitated Sambhaji Maharaj, demolished Kashi Vishwanath and murdered 4.6 million Hindus. This is a country where Guru Arjan Dev was forced to sit on a hot plate and literally cooked alive by the Mughal Emperor Jahangir. And what do? We immortalize Jahangir in our films as the affable, feather-toeing romantic Salim. This is a country where a celebrated historian Guha did not want Delhi roads to be named after Chhatrapati Shivaji, the man who birthed an empire stretching from Peshawar to Plassey, because in Guha's words, he was, quote, little known regional figure and a feudal lord who endorsed caste hierarchies, unquote. This is a country where we eulogize invaders who over centuries perpetrated the largest genocide in human history and murdered 80 million of us. A figure arrived at authoritatively by historians K.S. Lal and Will Durant. This is a country, Rahul, where celebrities take pride in naming their son Taimur, where Akhilesh Yadav takes pride in having the nickname Tipu. Our history has been written by those who hated Hindus, Hinduism and Hindustan. But our history is being written by those who hate Hindus, Hinduism and Hindustan. There are hundreds of examples, but just one would suffice. Just give me a minute. Tipu Sultan. Read his manifesto, Rahul, written in his own words. It is a terrifying proclamation calling for all Muslims to come together to wage jihad. Unquote and quote. Annihilation of the infidels is a sacred duty, he writes. The Hindus of Coorg suffered a particularly brutal onslaught. Murders, tortured, forced conversions, even dead Hindus were converted, even dead Hindus. Tipu destroyed more than 800 temples, 27 churches, captured 60,000 Christians, converted 30,000, killed thousands. 151 Chronicles. Lewis Rice and R.D. Palsolkar believe the figure could be as high as 8,000 temples. Descendants of Mandya Iyengar do not celebrate Diwali till this day. Ever wondered why? Tipu butchered them on that day. Read Bartolomeo's personal accounts of Tipu Sultan butchery in Calicut. Men, women and children were paraded naked and trampled by elephants. And yet we call Tipu a symbol of communal harmony. We cheer when the statues of evil racist King Leopold is demolished in Belgium. But we celebrate Tipu Jayanti because tyrants who murder Hindus are not tyrants but heroes. Praising Tipu, Rahul, is like praising King Leopold for building roads and ports in Congo, balancing out ivory and rubber trade and a million murders. There is no difference between Tipu Sultan apologists and Holocaust deniers, and yet there exist in their millions these people. In years to come, I am sure Yaqub Memon's grave would become as popular at worshipping place as Tipu's is today. Visited and prayed by politicians and film stars. 75 years have gone, Rahul, just 20 seconds. But we still haven't got independence from brainwashing and servitude. And that is why, in years to come, Yaqub Memon will be celebrated just like Tipu is. After all, tens of thousands attended his funeral, tears flowing down their cheeks, didn't they? People will come and pray at his grave, seek his blessings, and who knows? We may even rename the Chhatrapati Shivaji Mumbai airport as Yaqub Memon Airport.
Well, let me ask Mr. Kamru Chaudhary. In America, the left comes together to pull down statues of Confederate politicians and generals because they were slave owners. They pull them off their pedestals. Here the left, sir, places alleged bigots on top of pedestals. And this is happening in a Congress government in Karnataka. This is bizarre, isn't it, sir?
I don't think so. Anything is bizarre. A particular MLA has suggested on the floor of the assembly to rename Mysuru airport as the Tipu Sultan airport. Don't we have a Veer Savarkar airport out here in India? Don't we have a Narendra Modi stadium out here in India? The problem lies in not naming the airport as a Mysuru airport as Tipu Sultan airport. The problem does not rise. It's more generic and more deep-rooted than you would like to answer. Because if it was not deep-rooted or the hate for the Muslims or anything resembling Muslims, then Aligarh's name would not have been changed. The people who have changing the Aligarh's name or trying to change Hyderabad to Bhagyanagar or Aurangabad to something else, These are all generic in their hate for a particular community in India. What Tipu Sultan meant to lots of Indians out here is the freedom struggle history that you need to revisit. It's not that Veer Savarkar has been named in the history books, but he was more of a coward than we think of Tipu Sultan, who fought the British valiantly.
Okay.
And he did not write 6 apology letters to the Britishers. That's the difference between them. Though I'm not equalizing out here,
Okay.
Tipu Sultan out here.
Oh, really?
But then your comparison
Then why are you
Tipu
putting him
Sultan
on?
as a tyrant.
Okay.
No,
So one
you are
second.
comparing Tipu
Can I
Sultan-
ask you a simple question, sir?
You don't
Why-
permit me
why-
the time
no, no.
to explain my point,
No,
sir.
you have
Thank
explained. You have explained yourself. You have drawn a comparison between Tipu Sultan and Narendra Modi. I'll come to that. But I just want to ask you a simple question. You say this renaming business is born out of a hatred. So why was Constantinople renamed, sir? That was named after Constantine. And in Turkey today, it's no longer called Constantinople, as you know.
You know-
So can I ask you, sir, was that born out of a hatred for Christians and the followers of Constantine? Simple question.
Rahul, what
Do
prompted
Muslims
the
hate
chief,
Christians?
No, what prompted the chief minister
No,
of
no, I'm
Assam
asking
to
you, sir. You're not
change his-
answering
No,
my question. You're here to
I'm
answer a question.
asking you.
drew an
I'm
analogy.
asking-
I'm
I'm
asking you a
answering.
simple question.
I'm-
Did
your
Muslims
style-
change the name of Constantinople because they are fundamentally, from here, as you say, intrinsically, enemies of Christians? Simple question.
I never said that.
You said
I
that, sir.
asked you-
You said
no.
that why has
When
why has the name of Aligarh been changed? You said why is the name of Hyderabad purportedly going to be changed because there are certain Hindus here who have a hatred, you said, for Muslims. So I'm asking you, just go back in time. Why was the name Constantinople changed? Why was it dropped by Muslims?
Let us talk about what's happening
No,
within
now
the
let us
boundaries
talk
of
about.
India.
You see, this is
No,
the problem.
you
viewers.
can't compare this.
No,
Now,
of course
this
you
is
can.
the problem
Of course
with you
you can.
people.
Of
You
course
want
you
to
can.
listen
Then
to
I'll ask
people,
you.
listen
Then I'll
to
ask
people
you.
who suits your
No,
agenda
this is not.
and
This
who
is not
suits
fair.
your narrative.
I'm only asking.
This is,
Okay.
Rahul,
Now,
this is
viewers, one
absolutely
second.
not fair.
He drew
when
a
I just
comparison.
ask you a
He drew a
simple
comparison
question,
between
Chief
Narendra
Minister
Modi.
of Assam
One second.
has changed his bio from from India to Bharat just because
So-
the opposition bloc has changed
don't you know
it
what the
into
Constitution
India.
says? Article 1 of the Constitution. India that
India
is
is a
Bharat.
union of states.
India that is Bharat. No, one second.
India is
no,
a
please,
union
sir.
of
So
states
then
that is
you,
Bharat.
So you can't call.
That's another point.
So you no,
the
hang on.
point is that
what
the
does
hatred
in Hindi?
is deep-rooted
In
out
Hindi,
here.
the government of
You
India is
go
called
on changing-
Bharat Sarkar. You see,
Rahul,
sir,
let me
don't
finish.
compare
No,
apples
let
and
me
oranges.
finish. Your
Let's go
opening
like for like.
commentary. No,
My
I'm
opening
coming to you. Just, I'm
Okay.
coming. I'm
Okay,
coming.
come.
The point out here is that
Come.
the vilification of the present-day Muslims, their religious practices, customs,
Right.
and everything is being frowned upon
Okay.
by a section of the majority
just hold
community.
your thoughts.
Just
Fair
to
enough. Fair
uphold
enough.
their Hindutva
Okay,
agenda.
let me tell you, viewers.
Now,
look
this
at Tipu's
opposing
record.
Tipu Sultan
You know,
is also
Dr.
part of the
Ranganathan.
majoritarian
Dr.
Hindutva
Ranganathan
agenda.
tiptoed around